In the first half, we played fairly well, and did well. With the first goal, it was a great goal. They got a little bit more of the game. I think the last 10 minutes of the first half and at the beginning of the second half, they knocked the ball around a lot in their half of the field. I think the fatigue from us playing on Wednesday, and coming into this started to show a little bit. But again, we showed a lot of character going down 2-1, then coming back, getting the equalizer, and holding on to the tie at the end of the day.
Adam Johansson with 2 assists and saving the ball off the line as well. Big game for him.
Yeah, no, he saved the one ball off the line, and he was the one. I'm sure he's not used to this humidity from Sweden, but he was the one who kept running at the end of the game too, and he was on the sunny side of the field. So you never know who ends up adapting and who ends up being able to run through it. But he was one of the guys who didn't play on Wednesday, so that was a good situation for him.
And Eddie Johnson seemed in the first half maybe was one of the more active games for him.
Yeah. For Eddie, it's I thought he was good in the first half. Second half, not so much anymore. But it's really and what people fail to. It's not just the 3 games in a week. It's the cumulative amount of games and the cumulative wear and tear. So we're about ready. We've got Chelsea on Wednesday, then we get a little bit of a break. The guys need a mental and physical break right now to recharge the batteries and get themselves back in the groove. Because we're fit. There's no doubt about that we're fit, or else we couldn't get through a game like this. But the cumulative effect, and for Eddie, he's played a lot of minutes, and it's been a long time since he played so many minutes in a short period of time. But I thought in the first half he was very good.
Can you talk a little bit about Eddie's season? He was named as an All-Star today. Did you expect to get this much out of him when you signed him?
Yeah, that's the reason we signed him. I mean, it was a trade. I know at the time when we made the trade, we ended up having to give up a couple of players who were really popular with our fans and guys who had played well for us, and Lamar Nagel. But it was the nature of the trade. It was the only way we could get the trade done. But we felt if Eddie Johnson was going to be able to regain his form, that we would have a player who could play at a level that was going to help our team, step into the next level and have a chance to win MLS Cup. And he's certainly done that.
And you brought up Montero in the second half, and he scored. Can you talk about his season? And it's been kind of up and down. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, all forwards are streaky. Eddie's on a good streak right now. Montero's on a streak where he hasn't scored as many goals. Montero played well for us on Wednesday. Played a lot of minutes on Wednesday, and got taken down for a PK, got an assist on a goal. Was very active for us. So today we came differently with Rosales again underneath, but Freddie again, came in, and I think that's like his 4th goal off the bench for us. I think in 7 games. So he's shown his ability to come off the bench and impact the game.
And there's been a lot of talk about how he's wanted to go to Europe. Do you think he's still motivated by the challenge of playing in Seattle?
No, I think he's motivated by the challenge of playing in Seattle. But if you want to go to Europe, the best way to go to Europe is to play well in the league you're playing in. The better you play, the more attention you get. So I think every player in this league, if the opportunity gets presented to them where it's the right situation and they have a good opportunity to go to Europe, I think every player would consider that and entertain that. So he's no different than anyone else.
You finished 4-2-4 against the Eastern Conference. Can you just talk about the success you guys had against the East?
And obviously half of those games were on the road. We continue to be a decent road team, although, we'd like some of those ties to be wins. I think today was our 6th tie. But certainly, we knew we'd only play these teams once. We wanted to win the season series against teams, so we won the season series against 4 of the East Coast teams. We're equal on 4, and we only lost 2 season series. So now we go into the Western Conference primarily, and it gives us the opportunity now to win the season series with West Coast teams.
Sorry to touch on this before, but Eddie Johnson had a pretty good game today. He kept them busy with his speed, and it seems like he's really coming into his own now. He's settled in a few months with the team. Can you tell us how he's been today?
Yeah, I thought he played well in the first half. I think he was really close to breaking through a couple of times and getting in behind. We were a little bit unlucky. I think Bill Gaudette made a great save on the one shot that Eddie hit. And then lost a little bit of his steam in the second half because he's played a lot of games, a lot of minutes as of late. But he's certainly done what we think he could do. Took us a while for him to get him fit, get his touch and rhythm of play. But I think he's gotten that behind him right now, so it's good.
How much of a boost does Montero give you off the bench like that in terms of giving you a little bit of offensive power?
Well, he's always played well for us off the bench. I said earlier, I think it's his 4th goal in 7 games off the bench, and I think he's got 2 or 3 assists as well. His mentality is good, and it's great when you can play a player like that off the bench. He played a lot of minutes for us on Wednesday, so we felt it was better to bring him off the bench today because that could help us the most, and it turned out to be a good situation for him.
Can you share your thoughts on the defense?
Pardon me?
Can you share your thoughts on the defense?
I think they had a little bit too much success at times on the outside. Especially Sebastian Letou got behind us a little bit on that side of the field. So defensively, I would have liked that a little bit better and tighter. But again, those guys have played a lot of minutes too, and for the most part, I thought defensively we were pretty solid. If we could have avoided some of the free kicks and things like that, we would have kept a lot of pressure off ourselves.
Ozzie Alonso gets into the All-Star team as well. Can you just talk about his selection?
It's a deserved selection. I mean, Ozzie, I think, and for me, is one of the top defensive midfielders in the league, if not the top one. And his ability to recover the ball and his ability to keep the flow of the game going is getting better all the time. And so it's very well deserved. It's his first All-Star game, and I think it's been a long time coming. I think he's been overlooked.
Coach, what is the future hold for Michael Teta?
For Michael Teta? He's got to be healthy first. He's been out a lot this season with hamstring injuries, and when players train well, they get chances on the field.
Is there a timetable for Scarning's return?
He's very, very, very close. Yeah. So,
Do you anticipate he'll be back for the Chelsea game?
We'll see about Chelsea, but for sure he'll be back right after that if he's not in the Chelsea game.
How is Zakawani's improvement coming along?
Zakawani's coming along great. Continues to improve, and so now he knows it's the final push.
Love. Talk. Play. Love, talk, play. 3 simple but very important things that you can do every day to give your baby or toddler a great start in life. For free tips and ideas, visit lovetalkplay.org.